but people can see right through you, and you do not want that to happen on stage. I absolutely love the fact that I grew up with music. I found out people did not grow up hearing music all the time. Same thing with concerts, the same thing with tours. And I've seen and understood that no show is the same. No one can ever say her roots in church did not help her. You could never ever say that. Okay, hi guys, hello and welcome back to another video. So, for those that are new here, my name is Temi Lope, or you can call me Temi Lope. I'm a concert producer, and my mission is to exhibit music in a grand and glamorous way that reminds us of how great we are in the UK. We are literally a host of diverse talent, and I feel there needs to be the appropriate stages that exist, physical live stages that exhibit who we are and let us be loud and proud about it. And that is what I'm on a mission to do. Today I wanted to talk about something that came to mind, I think yesterday, and something that I've always spoken about a lot, honestly. Today's Sunday, for context, and it is fitting I filmed this video on a Sunday after church to talk about, as you can tell from the title, why the best singers come from the church. Everyone's heard this conversation online somewhere, some shape or some form, of the fact that there are almost everyone that is successful as a singer, as an artist in the mainstream media comes from church. And that's having that root is the foundational necessity to succeed. It sounds quite dramatic, but it is quite a big parallel. The pattern is there, and you can see it in so many different artists' careers. And just to name a few from a simple Google search, we've got Justin Timberlake, Aretha Franklin, Fantasia, Jasmine Sullivan, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, Jennifer Hudson, John Legend, Tiana Major 9 from the UK. These are iconic voices, and they've all come from the church. Voices and musicians, because John Legend plays keys as well. And I grew up in the church. I am a church girl since the day I was born. And I've also grown up in choirs. I've also grown up amongst gospel choirs and being part of an ensemble in some shape or form. Even I played violin in church, which is crazy looking back on it. Wow. Anyways, but yeah, so much great talent has come from the church, and I'm always thinking about what is it about the church that makes it such a hub for raw talent. And I could be biased in this because I go to church as well, and I'm yeah, it's good, so great, we're just so amazing. But in reality, not every church always has such a a very strong music ministry. Not everyone sounds like how you see in America in the Baptist churches, and they're doing hallelujah, very they trained for this. Some of them have trained for this, some are just doing this out of ministry, and just something that they do in church and not professional, so they wouldn't put as much time as they would compared to those that would train. But there is still a through line as to why the church is a great place to start when it comes to wanting to become a professional singer. So I want to get into 3 points that I've got. I always have a good 3 points because some things don't need to be so long-winded. A lot of things are very simple. It's just a matter of understanding and applying. So yeah, I've got 3 straightforward points as to why I think great talent comes from the church and you really can't find stuff like this elsewhere. Let's get into it. First one I've got is that when it comes to singing in a choir, whether it's you're leading or you're backing up the lead singer, you have to feel and understand the music in order to minister. I have, as I've said, I've been in a choir before, and behind the scenes when it comes to rehearsals, I've personally not led, but when it comes to someone that's coming to lead, the director, the leader of that department would always bring up the fact that you need to understand what you're saying. You need to know why you're singing. Because singing's great. Everyone can sing in their bathroom. Like, everyone says, like, oh, a lot of the greatest singers are like, they sing in their shower. But when it comes to singing in church, your why needs to be on stage. Like, we need to see your why, kind of thing. We need to see the conviction of what it is that you're singing, because you're meant to lead people into a time of worship to God. So you can't lead. It's like, you can't have the blind lead the blind, not like the congregation's blind, but do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, like, there needs to be a level of understanding in what you're doing in order to lead the people you're singing, ministering to, the right way. And this is why I personally wouldn't spend too much time. Just me personally, I don't sing choirs now, because there is a weight of responsibility when it comes to that. And me knowing my shortcomings, I just don't think I'm prepared for that. But for those that are on that stage, they need to understand their why. People that are in choirs, like, comment down below if what I'm saying makes sense, or what I'm saying aligns. You really need to understand why you're singing, what you're singing, what the lyrics are saying. I remember watching I Want to Dance with Somebody, Whitney Houston's biopic, and literally the first scene was set when she was singing in church. The first scene of the whole movie was set from when she was singing in church. And one thing that Whitney Houston's mum brought up, and I basically drilled into Whitney Houston's brain, is you need to hear the words you're singing. You need to also I believe she highlighted the fact that you need to understand the words you're singing and let the simplicity of it carry the song, if that makes sense. Like, because Whitney Houston wanted to add her razzmatazz and all of the runs and everything, but her mum was like, no, keep to the melody, keep to the song, understand why it's like this, because that's where the ministry comes from. And so translating that into the music industry is just so perfect, because you're leading people into your world, whatever world you're creating. And I always go back to Beyonce, because Beyonce was my first ever concert. That performance, the way she sung, the things she highlighted, you can see the conviction in her face when she performs. And so that kind of quality is very, very important in order to last in live music, because the audience can see right through you. One thing about the church, they can see right through. Especially small churches. I grew up in a small church, not like a mega church in comparison. That's why I say small church. But the audience can most likely see whether you're convicted or not. And some of them will have grace and just let you sing on and just, you tried, keep on going. And I'll get onto that keep on going, because that's another quality that stands out in terms of growing up in the church as a singer. But people can see right through you. And you do not want that to happen on stage. So you want to make sure you're at the best you can be. Obviously, not every Sunday is going to be perfect, but you want to make sure you're at the best you can be in order to minister the right way and let it be a memorable experience for the audience. Yes, they will remember you as a result, but the goal is not you. The goal is what you're there for, your why. That is what's necessary for the audience. So that's the first one. Second point that I have is that there is a community that holds you accountable on your part in the music ministry. Whether you are playing keys, drums, guitar, whether you are a backing vocalist, or whether you are leading, there is a community holding you accountable. And I feel like this is also in media as well, because I serve in media in church. And there is a community literally around you to help you through your journey. You're not doing this alone. When it comes to something that you don't understand, you can lean on someone else's understanding in order to make yourself better, which as a result makes the whole ensemble way better. And yeah, sometimes you can find a lot of loneliness when it comes to trying to get through in the secular world, but this is a people industry. This is a people-based industry, the music industry. So we need to lean on each other in order to be great. You can't find any person in history. Honestly, I'm just saying this on top of my head, but it really is true. You cannot find a single person in music history that has done this alone, that has mastered what they do alone. And if there is one, please comment down below and let me know, because I can't think of one at all. Prince is giving me that vibe, but I don't know. I probably need to delve into that a bit more. But I genuinely think that nobody has succeeded in this industry alone. And the church is such a great microcosm of that principle, that you need to be in community in order to be to grow. The Bible literally says, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. And the same thing can be applied when it comes to a professional situation. You sharpen as you're rubbing off against each other, learning from them, they're learning from you. As a result, everything becomes better, no one succeeds and goes far by themselves. So yeah. And also the great thing about church is that you can't hide from them. They will probably ignore it for a little bit, like a little church politics or whatever. Like, they could probably ignore it, but at one point it will be addressed. Any shortcoming that you have, whether you realize it or not, it will be addressed so that everybody can be better. Because it's not about there's no competition. There's no competition. If there's competition, you've all failed already, because one's gonna be up, one's gonna be down. It's like, So that's my second point. And the third one, as I said, I was going back to the fact that, you do this consistently. It's every Sunday. Church is literally every Sunday. And this is the epitome of getting your reps in. This is getting your reps in every Sunday. And it's not even like an every Sunday of rehearsals every Sunday, but you're rehearsing and practicing. You're rehearsing, practicing, and performing on the Sunday. So there is a level of quickness. There is a level of, you need to pick this up now because we do not have long. And you're doing this for 52 Sundays a year. No matter how long, depends on how long you're in, the music ministry, wherever you are, you're putting your reps in for real. So you know how to feel when you're engaging with the crowd. You know how to feel when you're on the stage and you may forget a line. You know how to deal with your voice that might crack a little. You know how to deal with if someone is doing a note off, like how do I like bounce off it so that it feels like it's part of the show. It literally feels like theatre when it comes to this. I've seen behind the scenes of theatre, and I've seen like the fact that no show is the same, is what I'm trying to say. I've seen behind the scenes of theatre, and I've seen and understood that no show is the same. The same thing with concerts, the same thing with tours. When an artist is doing like 5 shows in one city, no show is the same. No show is the same. But I feel also with specifically concerts and tours, it's always the later dates that seem like the better ones. The first date, the artist is like getting to feel the environment, getting to feel the audience. A few days in, they're now like getting used to it. Like Harry Styles recently did 12 nights in Wembley. I think that was a record, Guinness World Record, of 12 nights in Wembley, which is crazy. So I think with that one as well, people were starting to warm up to how the show was going to look like in Wembley, the interaction with the crowd that Harry Styles was going to have, the band, the dancers, all these different things. Like, people were starting to warm up to it, and it feels like home when you get like a few days into it. The same thing with church. When you come into the choir for the first time, you're going to feel a bit like odd. You're going to feel a bit like, I don't know. But the more you do, the more comfortable you feel, and the more people will see how comfortable you're feeling, and therefore you're able to rub off each other the right way and achieve the goal that you came to achieve, So I love it. I love the fact that it is a training, it's a consistent training ground for aspiring singers. And it makes sense as to why all these greats, like Jennifer Hudson, come on, no one can ever say her roots in church did not help her. You could never ever say that about Jennifer Hudson. Love her down. Aretha Franklin, Fantasia, Jasmine Sullivan, Whitney Houston, John Legend, like, just to name a few. And as I mentioned before as well, I don't want to make it like as if, church has all of the training materials and understandings to help nurture an artist, because not everyone sounds the same. Not everyone's going to be trained professionally. Some people are just doing it out of the love of it and the desire to just want to serve in church. So it's not about like the voice becoming better. I think also with this, it's about the character being built. Because one thing I have learnt as a new and budding concept producer in this space, character cannot go without talent. Or talent cannot go without character, rather. Talent can probably get you in the room, but the character is what will make you stay. The character is what will make you stay. And being in the choir, as I've been in gospel choirs in the past and part of ensembles that will perform on stages, there is a level of character, there's a level of humility and grace and forgiveness you have to exhibit to your team in order for you to do what you came here to do the right way. It's not like everyone's going to get on. It's not like everyone's going to understand each other fully, but there needs to be a level ground that everyone's operating from in order to succeed in this thing, and it sounded like as if it's a business thing, but just to succeed as a music ministry. Character is number one. Character is like, it's not like it's talent then character. Like, they're very much, you can't have one without the other. You really cannot have one without the other in this industry. And last. So, yeah, it's things like that. It's things like that I'm just so grateful for my faith, because some people can test me. People can test you in your ways, and it really is a matter of choice of, will I let this get in the way of what I came here to do, or will I give in and go crazy? I would not do that. I would not do the latter. you know. Yeah, there is a level of pride that has to be put aside. You have to put a level of pride aside when it comes to being part of a ensemble in music. And I say ensemble because there's different things that you can be part of, like groups, a band, orchestra, choir, like, just all these different things. But yeah, that's really what I just wanted to come and talk about. It's an interesting conversation, and I feel like the answer seems very straightforward, but there are also some downsides when it comes to being in church. But everything has its upsides and its downsides. But I really wanted to focus on the upsides and the things that you can see are through lines across different people's careers who have come from similar foundations, which is the church. And yeah. I absolutely love the fact that I grew up with music. I found out in like my adult years now that people did not grow up hearing music all the time. My dad was in the choir growing up, so that's all I really know. I know about the rehearsals, all these just different things that come with being part of a church choir. I've seen it and I've heard of it, and I've been part of it as well. So yeah, like, I just love the fact that I grew up with music, and I just feel so special. I genuinely do, and I've got no shame about that. So yeah, so that's all for today. That's all I wanted to come and talk about. Have you enjoyed it? And if this is something, oh my gosh, English, if this is something that you think will resonate with someone that you know, share this with a friend, and I hope to see you in the next video. It's very short and sweet, but that's how I do. Some things are just very simple. Yeah, some simple and straight to the point. But if you've got any other points as well about what contributes to great artists that have come from the church, please comment them down below. I want to know more. I want to hear other people's perspectives of this, because yeah, it's a well-known conversation, but I just want to get something going on, especially in the UK. I want to hear more about what people have got to say about this. So yeah, all right, have a good rest of your day, week, and I'll see you in another video.